Hello everyone, how's it going today?
Hello.
It's also worth noting this is the first stream since the last time we had internet issues, which means if there are internet issues at any point, please by all means let me know so I can finally once and for all fire my internet service provider that has been giving me internet issues.
Is it still Spectrum?
It's still Spectrum. Okay. Yeah, not happy about it. But past that, Meg, Jenna, how are you both doing?
Good afternoon.
Good. Very good.
Did you say good
Tired.
afternoon?
Good
I said good afternoon.
Because I heard good afternoon. That sounds like an amazing
love-
concept.
Yeah.
No,
I love
you're
a good
such a liar.
afternoon.
No, not for me. For people who like naps, I think that's just a great title. Like, I like the idea of a sign, like, it's napternoon. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, sorry, Jenna, I interrupted you. You were saying.
I'm very good. I'm sleepy, but I'm very thankful for last week, Jenna, that got her stuff done. And so this week, Jenna, is pretty chill.
Yeah, last week Alex is pretty happy. The problem is this week Alex is realizing that if I let the next 2 weeks go by, then I'll be the next time I'm traveling again. So, like, it's always alternating. Like, I was talking to Devin last night, actually. It's just in general about how our lives are a little insane with how much you have to do, and it feels like you never stop working. But the trade-off is you kind of have frequent vacations and your job is playing board games. So, like, it's kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah. I agree.
But past that, have either of you played anything at all since coming back?
Yes.
Well, Meg, I know you've played something, so I think we've played Wormspan at the very least, and
I don't
Cascadia.
think I've played anything.
Castles of Burgundy.
Have we played Castles? Oh, that's online play. I don't know if that counts.
On the Baga.
On the
And
Baga.
I've taken a few other turns and turn-based things over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've also been there.
Castles rolling right. Why did I say Castles? Cascadia rolling right. Yeah.
Jenna, are you covering that one?
I am. I still haven't gotten it yet, but
It's
why not?
very satisfying. Not to bias you in
I'm
any
so
way, but
excited.
I like it a lot. I thought it was going to be a bit of a write-off. I was like, oh, turning one of my good games into a roll, and right, generally those aren't necessarily the best experiences, but I really enjoyed it. I played it a few times at Level Up. I already played it since then, and I plan on playing it solo and then covering it shortly.
Nice. Have you guys played the Castles of Burgundy roll and write? The dice game?
The dice game, yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a dice
it?
game and a card game, and I think neither impressed me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the card game, and it was okay.
Yeah.
But for like a small version of Castles of Burgundy, I think I'd probably prefer the dice game.
Yeah, and there's also Castle of
haven't tried it
Tuscany, which is almost an offshoot. I don't know if you played that one.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't.
But anyways, with that,
Something. This is so random, but there was something that's a roll and write that I found out like going down a rabbit hole yesterday.
any more knowledge?
A roll and
What
write
was
of like
it?
an
What was
already
it? I'm trying to
produced game?
remember. I was going through someone's games. Who was it?
I need
Oh,
some.
it was do you guys know there's a roll and write or maybe it's flip and write patchwork?
No.
Oh yeah. It's like the doodle one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that Patrick Doodle. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What is it?
Lauren
good?
had it at Level Up.
Did she?
Is it enjoyable?
she
Do you
did.
guys know?
I haven't played
know.
it.
I was going through
interested.
the patchwork, so that's what it was. Is that I was going through Rosenberg's things, and
So I haven't played it. I remember when it came out, I kind of thought, like, I don't know if I need Patchwork turned into a roll and write. Like, I have cartographers if I want that. But I'm intrigued. I'll play it. I don't know. But yeah.
maybe you get to color like little patches though, like your own. Like, what if it's like that?
I prefer placing polyominoes as opposed to simply what's it
Coloring?
called. Yeah. But anyways, let's catch up with chat for a bit over here. This is going to be a bit of a level up, just conversation, but also any questions, all that stuff. We're just going to all have fun, talk about things. Half of you in the chat we're at level up, so there's only so much we can really tell you about the show. To that end, Srebmi, hello, coming down from the high of level up. Pariah, hello over there. George, I see your comment. I ignored it.
Did you guys know that I said paria for the longest time?
I mean, I didn't,
Pariah.
but that makes sense.
That's adorable.
They played Tamashi Srebmi. I hope you enjoyed that. Starting Clank Legacy. I believe that's one of Meg's favorite games. We
Yes.
have Board Game Buzz. You were missed, Carly. Would have been lovely to see you there
Carly.
next time. Hello, Ruse Games. Ruse Games. They did. Oh my gosh, they did. What's it called? I think it's called Ruse. I think Ruse Games. Is your first game called Ruse, like the Fox one? I think so. I don't know, but
Yeah,
either way,
That is it.
that is it.
The cover of that looked cool. Yeah.
Yeah. They have another game coming out as well, illustrated by Andrew Bosley, if I recall correctly.
Really?
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know, Ruse Games. What's the next game that you have coming?
What is it? I'm intrigued.
See, for a second I panicked too, because sometimes I always worry about where I have information from, and like if I have secret information that I'm not supposed to say, I have to be mindful. But I'm 99% sure he posted on a Facebook. 99%. Bunny
okay.
boom.
Oh, I saw that.
see?
Jamie talked about that.
Yeah.
It looks very cute.
But yeah, past that, Nat is being very complimentary. We have Megan Fox on the show. But then past that, what game isn't illustrated by Andrew Bosley? Honestly, it does feel that way sometimes. I love Andrew Bosley. He is starting to move to where the Miko used to be for me, which is I used to love the Miko's artwork, and then it was so prevalent and all over the place that the impact became a little less present. Andrew is, I'd say, a bit of a mix. There are still games he puts out that completely strike me with how good they look, and then other times I'm like, oh, it's another Andrew Bosley game. So it is a bit of a mix, but I still think it's amazing, make no mistake. But yeah.
I would love to see him do something that's not like nature and animal.
He has. So Tapestry, first of all, I almost always forget that Tapestry is his because it's not nature and animal. I'll be like, oh, that's right, Tapestry is him. But that's a good question. What else has he done that's not nature and animal?
Did he do Skyrise?
Yes, he did. He did. Yes. You see, another example.
That gives me the same vibe as Tapestry.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So he has a few that aren't as directly nature and animal. That's where they show up over there. Past that, let's focus on Level Up a bit. So, Jenna, what was your best game at Level Up? Your best experience?
Ooh. There's two of them. One of them was a lighter game.
I have two as well.
Jamie taught me Hooky, which I believe was her favorite game of 2023. It's like this deduction game where you're trying to figure out what three kids are playing hooky, which are represented by the letters of the alphabet. So you are asking the other players 5-letter words to deduce what letters they have. You also have letters, and they tell you how many letters in that word they have, and then you're just deducing what kids are playing hooky. And it was a good time because I love deduction games, and I need to learn more deduction games. And then speaking of deduction games, I also played Cryptid, which is like just a solid deduction game that I have not played, and I finally got to play it, and it was great.
You missed the subsequent plays of that with Meg and Paula. It was a lot. I mean, then again, if you were in the convention hall, maybe you didn't miss it because of how the endings went.
Is that what all the yelling was?
There may have been some yelling.
I thought Paula was just yelling at every game.
Meg, do you want to talk about your experience with Cryptid?
Sure. I wasn't going to say that was my favorite game.
I'm just tangenting off this.
But just to clarify. Sorry. With Cryptid, it was a 5-player game?
Yes, I believe so.
5 of us. And I had Alex on my left and Paula, I think, directly to my right.
Across from you.
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
In player order, whatever. So the order would go Paula, me, and then Alex, but Alex started. So it went Alex, and then I was basically at the end. So as we're playing the game, it's deduction. You're kind of trying to figure out if everyone knows these specific clues. You find out what their clues are, or you try to figure out what their clues are, and then you try to figure out exactly where you think the cryptid is for that scenario. And I was kind of deducing, but I play a lot of games with Alex. So I know that Alex is very smart with these kinds of things and very quick at putting it together. And I kind of knew if I didn't just...
Hello, everyone. I don't know what's happening. Give me a second. What's just happened here with my Discord? I assume you all can hear me, but let's find out. I assume you can all hear me. Yeah, I see the Gamers Ranch. Don't worry. Trust me. I'm glad it's not worse than that. But, yeah. Okay, cool. So we have, let's try to go back to this and figure out what went on there.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
He's back.
That was, definitely something. Okay. Oh, come on. I have to reset it to these.
Okay. Are we back?
Yeah.
Audio's still on.
That is fun. All right, anyways, I'll go ahead and recenter these while we edit it live. My Discord just quit.
Was our audio working the whole time?
No, my Discord quit. Your audio is working. My Discord is quit, so no one heard you.
Oh, okay.
So you were saying about
we were talking together.
you were talking about Cryptid and Alex to the left and all that.
Well, that was exciting.
Whoops! That's how you guys know we're all AI and this is a simulation. We just rebooted. So, in the game, just to recap, I was saying that I know Alex as a player, and I know that he's probably putting it together faster than anybody else. And I kind of know... Here's the thing. Sometimes turn 1, I'm that person that will guess an extra word in code names. I'll guess the extra things without any information whatsoever. So, when it came my turn, I was like, this is the turn I have to try to figure out where the cryptid is, or else Alex is going to get it. And I guessed correctly, and I won the game before Alex knew. That's the thing, is that I did kind of have a feeling where it was. But I just took a shot in the dark when Alex had completely deduced exactly where it should be, and because I was before him, I won. Then we played again. And as we're playing again...
Wait, no. Then Meg won. And Meg threw her chair down on the floor, jumped up into the air, like, ah! Just insane, just complete, just a lot of noise was being made.
There may have been
table.
drinks involved.
Yeah.
So then we play again. Same turn order, so Alex is kind of stuck taking his turn after Paula and then me. And getting toward the end of the game, Paula guesses where it is. I don't think she guessed, though. I think she knew. I think she had it down to, like, 2 spots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had it down to, like, very few spots and said, here. And she won before Alex, too.
Yeah.
She did it the exact same thing again and also cheered, and it was a girl power cryptid night.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. and then like Nat mentioned in the chat, it was fun watching, like in the first game, the one I had with Jenna, there was a point when somebody else's clue, actually the same thing happened with in our game, Meg, but the first game I had, somebody at the table, I was like, are you sure you're not, you sure all your things are accurate? Because I figured out none of these clues are possible, and I went through it bit by bit, and then I was going, eventually I'm like, it can't be this, it can't be this, it can't be this, it can't, never mind, I know your clue. Like, I figured
Alex,
out, yeah.
I don't know if you also froze for Jenna and the rest of the world, but you froze for me.
Yeah, he did for me.
That is
You
unfortunate.
tell the story again. But also call Spectrum.
Also call Spectrum.
Yeah.
Oh, it's I'm having a nightmare over here. I don't even want to get into it.
fun.
Lagging here. Oh boy. Anyways, I was just saying that effectively we had a game where Nat called out in chat, but basically I kind of was going through the process of trying to figure out someone else's clue, and it's like I don't think your clues are right because you can't be this, you can't be this, you can't be this, you can't. Never mind, I know your clue. You're good. But yeah.
That was so funny.
It was
It helped me out.
it's a fun game.
It is fun. Cryptid is one of the first games I ever reviewed on the channel, and I've had fun replaying it. It's one of those games I'm always happy to play. I'm wary of owning it because, kind of what Nat was saying while at the table, he's gotten to a point where he just kind of figured it out. He kind of figured out that, like, you can glance at the board and just see clues very quickly as you play it more. But yeah.
I feel like that's something that happens with all games.
Yeah.
I think
The
so.
more you play a game.
Yeah. It is tricky to find out that balance of playing a game too much. I find deduction in particular can be pattern-based, but you're not wrong. Any game has that potential gap of a new player versus someone slowly figuring it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of that. So Meg, do you want to go into your actual favorite game or whatnot?
So I was trying to think quickly. I think I had 3 favorite games and then 2 favorite, like, experiences of games. So I have a lot. But one of them is right behind me, which is in this super cool bag, so I will now grab it. But we all played Mission Control, and holy moly. So they had like a 3D, not 3D, they had like a life-size version with big dry erase boards because it's a roll and write, roll and write game. And here it is, Mission Control. So this is a new copy that I bought for myself, but we played with their copies, and I played this game almost all weekend. So it is a game where it is similar to something like Captain Sonar, if you guys have ever heard of that game, but it is a real-time game, so you have 20 real minutes to do these puzzles, and there has to be 4 roles, so there are 4 players. One person is the person up in space, and they're, I don't know, having an issue, something happened, and you now need to save them. And then there are 3 different places where there are different, I don't know, what's the right word?
I don't know.
I was going to say aeronautical. Is that even true?
Different space centers.
Space people. Different space centers. And I was going to say astronautical.
Just making up words.
I'm a content creator, you guys. Um, so the different space places, and those 3 places are doing different dry erase roll and write puzzles where you're getting 3 dice and then picking the best of 2. And they're all different, unique puzzles, but like similar in weight and stuff like that. And it's just a really fun time. Like, you're doing a lot of talking, which is something that I really like about Captain Sonar, where it's not too much talking like decision making, but it's things like Houston locked. So and so, you get a star. All right, you get this thing, you get that thing, and it's just kind of checking in with each other and not so much like, what do you think we should do? And yeah, I think especially with games that are real time like that, I really like Project Elite, and this is the next one that I found that I think is just so good with that I even with the person that's running it, you can do time check and find out like how close you are, because the only player that knows the time is the one doing the main puzzle that's the person stuck in space. Which, Alex, I'll have you talk more about that puzzle, because that's the only one I didn't learn. But I played this game with multiple groups of people. So fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
I wish I could have played it.
It is a lot of fun.
You will, Jenna, because I bought it.
Well, I have it.
Well, we're gonna play. We're playing.
It's a lot of fun. The central puzzle, effectively, is playing a bit of a polyomino game where you have to basically connect these kind of polyominoes from different locations on the board, and the other players are helping giving you more flexibility. They give you more polygonal pieces, more flexibility in how you move things around, and then more flexibility as far as the actual cards you're pulling out as well, and little extra divots that give you, it's hard to explain perfectly, but give you more of the thing you need. But ultimately, as the game goes through it, you're going to the timer. It's a weird timer because your turn as a center person starts off fairly boring, but as it escalates and as you get more polyominoes, you're trying to both guide the other players while trying to make everything fit together, and it becomes a bit of a madhouse. In the first game we actually lost it by a close margin. It could have reset the board and done it. It would have worked great. The second game we actually bumped straight up to hard mode. Like, I think Megan, who was we played it with? Was we played with
Ryan?
Ryan? We played with Ryan or James? Brian. Okay, so we played I think
that time it was me, you, Brian, and James.
Yeah, and so we jumped straight to hard mode. They're like, "Oh, we lost. You want to go to hard?" And I was like, "I think we got it." And then we won hard mode with 4 seconds left on the clock, which is pretty.
Dang.
It's pretty fun when you have like a real life moment. You're like, 4 seconds. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. Yeah, board collect. I think you're referring to
Talking and Nobody Explodes.
What she said.
Yeah, I love that game, you guys. That game in VR is so fun.
Speaking of VR, I saw someone.
I'm really good at being the diffuser, not the manual person.
I saw someone yesterday had the Apple whatever, they have the augmented reality. They're showing that they're playing BGA Castle of Burgundy, like just they're sitting on the couch like full screen, like just Castle of Burgundy. I want to do it.
That's so cool.
To do that too.
Meg, it's somebody you're going to be able to try it with.
That sounds cool.
Yep. But anyways, it's someone who's local to us who invited us over, and like I'm very excited to try it out.
That's nice. I didn't understand that part.
The video looked insane, and he's like, "This is worth it alone." And then some people on the Facebook with Debbie Downers being like, $3,500 to play Castle Burgundy, and it's like, well, it's not how it's a larger picture scale thing, but Apple VR is pretty cool.
Plus, you play Castles of Burgundy on BGA on your computer, and what are you going to say, $2,000 to play Castles of Burgundy?
Yeah.
My computer's not just for that.
And besides, we pay thousands of dollars for game tables. Adding accessories to improve your gaming experiences is definitely cool. But yeah. Anyways, it looks like a soft saw the Castle of Burgundy video as well. But that's basically
James
that.
and Ryan, who are brothers.
For me, my favorite game, it depends. I have to divide my two up into favorite game and favorite game experience. So I'm going to go with favorite game experience first. And that was easily playing Crokinole against Danielle and Devin. I had a game where I was teamed up with somebody who, I apologize if you're watching this. I don't think you are. But I think his name was Steve, but it might not have been.
Sorry, Steve?
What?
I said, sorry, Steve?
Sorry, Steve,
you said
yes.
You apologize.
But I played a game of Crokinole where I got paired up in a doubles tournament with Steve, and we were doing pretty well at first. He was like, he's doing great. I was kind of having my typical game where I'm getting some shots great and some shots completely flubbing. But overall, we were doing pretty good, and then we started getting paired against the people who were better, and we struggled a bit. And then we got paired against Devin and Danielle, and they stomped us into the ground with no mercy. That was round one. Round two, we got paired up into our next round two, and the way it worked out is we were I think we were number 4. The way it worked is the top 4 teams got to go to round 2, so they could team to compete to actually win. And I think we were number 4, and we actually got paired up against Devin and Danielle directly after our first game. And we're like, great, congratulations, we made it to round 2 just so we can get stomped again. And it was a nail biter. Like, every time I've talked to Devin since leaving Level Up, he's brought up that game because it was a nail biter. We got our Stella got their groove back and all that. We got our groove back. We played the game, and we were able to like keep tie. It was back and forth, 2 points, the whole thing. And it came down to the very final game where they won by 5 points in the final game to get from an 8-8 to cross that finish line. It's so much back and forth. It was really just a ton of fun, and possibly arguably the best game experience I had at Level Up. So a lot of fun there.
Nice.
Yep.
What was your favorite game?
My favorite game is probably I'm gonna give points to Bardwood Grove because I had a lot of fun playing Bardwood Grove. That's coming up from Final Frontier, but I think my favorite game has to be Castle Burgundy. It's a game that
you played that a lot.
I played that like 3 or 4 times at the retreat, which I didn't think I would. I play that game all the time. I have access to it all the time. Why would I play it there? But I did play it 3 or 4 times at the retreat. I played it with the Vineyards expansion twice. I played it with the Shields expansion once, and I'm loving the additions. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's such a good game.
Yeah, I also played that, and it was so fun.
Yeah,
so fun.
I did
It's
too.
just a good one.
It's a lot
And
of fun.
I think we all played with or Jenna, did you play with the 3D one as well, or only the?
I didn't.
other-
Just like the 20th anniversary one.
Yeah.
For the WSBG, which I entered into.
Speaking of WSBG, how were your guys' WSBG times?
I entered into just play Castles of Burgundy because I like it, and then I ended up winning that, which wasn't expecting. And then Meg and I ended up playing some Splendor.
Yeah, so Jenna
semifinal.
qualified in Castles of Burgundy, and then I qualified in Terraforming Mars randomly. Like I because I had so much fun playing Castles of Burgundy the first time, which I didn't know you were one of the people for. Oh no, I think I did, because I was like, oh, if you're stuck in a game, I'll take your spot.
You don't want to play? I will.
So I did it just to play Castles of Burgundy, but then because Chris knew I wanted to play a game, I got put into Terraforming Mars instead and won that.
Nice.
And then we played Splendor together.
We did.
And that was your first time playing Terraforming Mars with more than 2, right?
Sorry, Alex?
Was that your first time playing Terraforming Mars at more than 2?
Maybe. I also learned some rules about Terraforming Mars that I never knew before.
Like what?
I think I learned the rules the first time and never went back to like double check things. So there were many things that I did not know. For example, the milestones that you get, I don't know if I've played this correctly with how you score them. I thought like it was like the other ones where you have to get your own.
Oh.
And if you come in second place, you just get that many VP if you were second, if you locked in that one, but it opens
whole
it for
table
anyone
scores,
that's in it. Yeah. So that I didn't understand. I've never played like that. I've always played as the person who gets it is the only one that does it. But if you were second at the table, you would get the second place stuff.
I'm glad we clarified this before playing with me and AP.
I know.
It would have been frustrating midway through the game. You'd be like, I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I played incorrectly was the planner one. I always thought was 16 cards played. I never went back. It's 16 cards in your hand.
Yeah.
So I would always try to play a bunch very quickly.
And you still won.
And I still won.
Good job.
Nice.
Yeah, I won pretty well.
Very cool.
I got I got 2 milestones and 2, what are they called? The other ones?
Awards.
I got 2 and 2.
Very nice. Very solid. That was with Chris George playing.
I had 49 mega credit production at the end.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Named after you. Good.
Yeah.
I've never played Terraforming Mars.
You've never played Terraforming Mars?
I
Only
was like,
Ares Expedition.
I'm gonna bully her to come visit.
I like Ares
play
Expedition, and there are people who like Ares Expedition more than Terraforming Mars, to be fair. I don't even understand that universe. I'm like, I don't know who that is or why that is. That doesn't make sense to me at all. But yeah.
But then so Jenna beat me in Splendor, and also one other
I don't
person.
know how that happened.
I think it was really well played.
Thank you.
I mean, not to. I didn't mean to say that at all.
Like if you
but,
beat me.
But no, I think it was a close game. I think the third player wasn't as into the strat. I don't want to say that. incorrectly, but I did think it was between you and I as we were playing. But even if I could have played, because I went first, so Jenna triggered endgame and I didn't get another turn, I think I would have needed 2 to 3 more turns to be able to win. So you had it like.
But Meg has a solid strategy.
Yeah, it has to work. It has to work.
She card counts. I mean, it is interesting because, like you say, it has to work. It's interesting because, like, there have been times where you completely stomped me in Splendor and have ruined my enjoyment of Splendor because you play it optimally. And then, like, one time, for the first time, I finally managed to get a win in playing my way, which is I just play to play cards and build up my tableau. And I'm not trying to, like, Meg's sitting there and she's like, reserve that card. Okay,
I reserve a lot of cards.
These two. Okay, I'm gonna play this. Okay, I played 5 cards. I won. Like, she can be intense and intimidating when she's playing Splendor. But yeah,
it was scary.
But yeah, Jen, you had it like rounds ahead of me.
Yeah, I realized that the nobles, they kind of all connected in a way with a lot of the brown, white, and red cards.
Yeah.
So I ended up just going full on for those, and ended up getting 3 of the nobles, and that helped me out. So yeah, I ended up making it to the finals, which the finals was Dune Imperium, which, fun fact, I've never won a game of Dune Imperium in my life.
Wow!
And I ended up winning it there, so...
Amazing.
Maybe I'm getting better at board games,
So,
maybe actually playing a lot of board games makes me better.
Both Alex and I really love Dune, and I didn't get to see this at all. So how did the game go?
I took a very combat heavy approach to it and just full on went combat pretty much every single time. I kind of typically go for go all in for combat 1 round and then kind of sit back and kind of collect things for 1 round and then go all in again, sit back. And I kind of did that, and that ended up working out in my favor. Then the last, very close to the end, I ended up having a lot of intrigue cards. I actually went for a lot of intrigue cards as well. And a lot of them gave me more strength in the end round, and then I ended up winning the combat and got 2 points. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. I can now say that I'm kind of good at board games. I always kind of joked that I talk about board games all the time, but I'm not good at them. So
I assume you both are competing at WSBG then?
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about, Jenna, is that I did get really excited and have fun doing this, that we're not too far from each other, and we do have BGA, that I think we should start,
training.
Literally planning what we might want to play in.
Yeah.
Because there are some games I don't really have an interest in, but as some of you may know, but we definitely know, but there are 16 games at WSBG, and you enter and qualify with specific games, but then once you do, you're going to be playing any game, and you don't know what you'll be playing. So we could look at those games, Jenna, and also knock out at least a play of the ones. I've never played Arc Nova.
I have Arc Nova on my list of games too. I actually literally just said this in a video I just filmed, but I have Arc Nova. I don't love it, but I want to play it again to see where it goes, so I could put that on our list to get to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jenna, Paula was also talking about potentially competing, and we were playing Castles of Burgundy when it happened and said we would be the Castle Cats. So maybe I'll make us shirts and we'll start practicing.
I would love to be part of the Castle Cats.
I think it may happen in 2024 WSBG.
Yeah, I think I've decided that I'm willing to enter for Castle of Burgundy. The main problem I have is it has to be a game.
Are you going to be a Castle Cat, Alex?
I don't think so. I have a reputation.
You're not going to meow with us? Okay.
I'm not going to meow with you. I think that the games that I'm willing to give up an entire day of a convention for are few and far. And there's a lot of games that are great this year. I love Cascadia. I love Lost Winds of Arnak. I might choose to enter a few once I'm trying to enter, but I think Castle of Burgundy is the one that I kind of am like, you know what? I'll do that. Terraforming Mars I love, but I like Terraforming Mars once a day, not 5 times a day. Castle of Burgundy I love. I'm willing to play it so much. It's just so accessible.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
My top 3 are probably the same as yours.
I want to say the Terraforming Mars 2.5 hours when I played. It is long. With
2.5 hours?
It's a longer game. Yeah.
Yeah, with 4 players, it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I want to enter castles. Once I'm entering, I may enter others. We'll see. But this is gonna be the first year I really take entering Castle Burgundy. This is the first year I take entering seriously, and also part of it as well is that factor, which is I never wanted to become a person who enters and then feels the need to train for entering. I just don't want to. I have too many things that have taken my attention. But Castle Burgundy, I play a ton anyway, so I wouldn't be training. I would just be continuing to play a game that I already play a ton.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, now that the Level Up show is turning into a WSBG show, Chris, you're welcome. But no, I mean, so past that, for me, Barber Grove I thought was very fun. Final Frontier has been an interesting company for me as far as they've always produced things that I think look great, and their games have generally been like just shy of landing for me. Merchant's Cove is one that I think is the closest one I got to landing for me, and that one was tricky because my game group didn't love it, so I just couldn't fight an uphill battle trying to get it tabled. But I do like Merchant's Cove a lot. Really enjoyed that one. I think
Play it solo.
So I've heard people say play it solo. I don't know. I've been tempted to like my copy's it's one of the 2 copies that Level Up Retreat is my copy. I've been tempted to like take it back and like play solo. Yeah. Maybe one day we'll see.
It's a lot to set up for a solo game.
Yeah, and there's so many games of solo that I don't know. I just don't know if I would table solo, but I do like it a lot. But Bardwood Grove, I need more plays, but I think it's going to be my favorite Final Frontier game. The entire premise of the game is that you're effectively you're a musician, and so every turn you're either singing a song or you're prepping to sing your song. So as you gather cards in your tableau, you're playing these cards down that will go into your song, and when you eventually hit a certain point, you execute on your song, and that's the turn you take all your actions. Your song generates different notes, and those notes are used to either perform at literal little little clubs or whatnot where you can get points, or to scare off monsters and things like that. So you can use your monsters. What?
I'm in. I'll play. Okay.
It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing through it. I need to play it more to see where it ends up, but I thought it was highly variable. A ton of things you can do. Even the game we played, the designer was saying he's never seen it played the way we played because all of us focused on the kind of similar to actually you mentioned the milestones in Terraforming Mars. There's a concept where you can buy into awards that everyone can have, and the whole table like paid into those so much. He said he's never seen so many of them on the table, and there's an absolute ton. But I loved it. I thought Bardwood Grove it wasn't even on my radar. It's one of the I mean I knew it existed, but Final Frontier I've slowly been backing few of their games because not all of their games have landed for me, and this is one where I'm like I'm here for. I feel like people are planning a little mini Level Up Retreat in chat, and I'm like I want to.
What are you guys doing next weekend?
What are you guys doing next weekend? Indeed, not traveling. I can't possibly.
For real. March is gonna be a lot.
Yeah. But past that, I don't know. Anything else you guys played that was worth noting?
Wormspan.
I only got to play 1 round, but I got busy with the WSBG thing on Sunday.
It was actually very nice on our end. For us, I mean, you didn't join it because you had to leave at the end of WSBG, but for our group, it was like the first and last game kind of the retreat. Although technically I played one small game after, but we won't talk about that. But no, I thought Wormspan's great. I don't know where it is for me long term, but I certainly like it more than Wingspan. I've already played it again with Meg since then, and I am interested in. Yeah, I'm gonna be covering it soon, but I'm really enjoying it so far.
Nice.
Yeah, I was never a fan of Wingspan, and it's a personal problem, but I don't like birds, and they really bother me. So I never wanted to go anywhere near Wingspan. I just didn't want to. Whatever.
What does that mean?
I have an issue.
Okay, I'm on.
I just didn't want anything with the birds. So, whatever. So, I really enjoy the concept, though, of a game where you have such a big player board to build out your tableau, that I really, really like that system. That I'm really happy to be playing Wormspan, that I think that I don't know, I just really like how it's set up. That's all.
Nice.
It doesn't have the decreasing aspect that Wingspan has, which is something I don't love. You get coins every round, and you can do more and more every round, and something that Swabby said as she was actually in our first game, she kind of felt the game almost had a large turn 3 that almost overstayed its welcome. And at least for me, subsequent plays haven't had that issue, but as you've gotten less, distracted by all the social playing games at conventions is always tough because you can't get a good sense of, how much time it actually takes because you're being distracted by everyone you're saying hi to all the time. But yeah, I like Wingspan a lot. That's definitely a fun one for me.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember what else I've played as far as highlights. I played a lot of.
I can't remember what my third game was that I said at the beginning of the stream. I said I have 3.
Oh, go for it.
I said I have. I can't remember. I just went through my pictures to be like, what did I play?
I played some Trailblazers. I know that. I
played a lot of games I already played. Like I played Septima, which I love. Played Tapestry. Played Tapestry with all of the expansions. Holy manoli. I need all the expansions now.
I've been wanting to do that. Yeah. Tapestry's really grown on me thanks to BGA.
Yeah.
But for me, one I got tabled that I really enjoyed is Veiled Fate with the new expansion content. At least let's rephrase that. I should rephrase that. They had one of the 5 modules that they're having in the expansion, and even just that one module completely changed how I feel about way of Veiled Fate. Or I should rephrase that. I think completely changes because I played it as a 6-player game, which is already where I like Veiled Fate the most because you're playing in teams. But I think that this would help even at lower player counts to make the game a lot more intriguing and a lot less obvious when you're trying to be subtle.
Mm-hmm. I was supposed to play that.
It's
so
good.
sad I didn't.
It's good.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't remember the game, but I said 3 games and 2 experiences. I remember the other experience.
Mhm.
So, all of you who are fans of the channel are also obviously fans and subscribed to the Dragon's Tomb. You absolutely, I believe you are, and if you're not, go fix that mistake. It probably was just a true mistake because you tried to subscribe twice. But he ran a the 56th annual box fart competition, and it exceeded my expectations.
It was so funny.
I was thoroughly impressed not only by the showmanship, but by the panel of judges and the professionalism around the event that took place. I had personal friends that were competing within the tournament. Some did great, some fell a little short. But overall, it was just quite the competition. I was thoroughly impressed.
Did you say who the winner was?
I did not.
Who was
Should
the
I?
winner?
Our winner was the one and only Danielle Sandring. Was it? Oh no, was it Jenna? Sorry, I got mixed up.
Danny was close though.
Danny was 2nd place.
You're right, you're right. There were also drinks involved in this.
The Motion of the Ocean winner.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Jenna won everything all weekend.
I don't know how.
Was there a game you lost?
I did lose Septima pretty badly.
And why I don't remember that one.
There were drinks involved.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, the box fire competition was absolutely amazing. I expected it to be good for a laugh or two, and it was genuinely so well done. And if you haven't seen Jenna's Motion of the Ocean box fart, I didn't realize there was more to box farting, but between Devin's Silence of the Hams and between Jenna's Motion of the Ocean, I didn't understand that this is a real art form. I thought it was just trying to make a loud noise with the box.
Yeah, no. There are schools for this. You can take classes, and it is taken very, very seriously in the board game world. Although I will caution your Devin's drop. It was something else that I don't think is quite respectable in the board game farting community.
No, it's box queefing. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I
didn't say it's him. I'm just.
But Jenna, can you show them your Motion of the Ocean? I can't even do it. See, this is all I can do.
Oh, they are. But yeah.
Do you have it there?
I do have my certificate. It's in my office.
No, the oceans.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't. No.
It was
Sorry.
a very specific game.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, and it was definitely a unique aspect to the convention, if nothing else.
It was definitely a highlight of the convention. It was so funny.
But yeah, I think, was it you, Jenna? I think, Jenna, you were saying that you didn't play a lot of new things. And for me, I was going over the list after, because like, I think Srebby was like, I played 27 new games. And I was like, I think I played like 2 new games. For me, I played some expansion stuff to things I already knew. So Veiled Fate, Castle Burgundy, I definitely played some expansions. But a lot of it for me was playing stuff I was already familiar with. And part of that is when I'm going to these things, especially because Level Up, especially it's because I mentioned I host, I try to, like, if I see someone like struggling through a game, I'll jump over and start teaching a game right off the bat. Like, I was in between games at points. I was like running around like teaching others games I knew and be like, oh yeah, you're setting up for apiary. At one point we were playing Castle Burgundy because I was doing that half the time. And, like, the person we were playing with ran out to get food for, like, 10 minutes, and somebody else was just setting up apiary. So I was like, let me teach you apiary right now, because I have a minute, save the rule book. So I was able to do stuff like that and jump around, and that helps for playing games in general. That's why I played Trailblazers, taught people that. I played Cascadia, Roll and Write. That was definitely new. I enjoyed that a lot. But Cascadia Roll and Write was, I want to focus on that again. Like, that was, I kind of, when I see games come out that are variants of other games, I'm usually hesitant that they'll deliver. I'm usually hesitant that they'll be that great. They're often playing off the name. But Cascade and Roll and Write has a lot of variability to it, and a lot of different maps and small adjustments to it that I think it has a degree of legs to it. I think the gameplay is satisfying. Doesn't feel at all like Cascadia. It just uses the same resources and concepts. No, it just has the same resources and concepts, but you're rolling dice and gathering animals and then spending those animals to circle different squares on different maps. And there's 4 different maps, although there's 2 boxes, so the maps actually have variants as well. So it's 4 different maps with 2 variants to each map. And then past that, it's just a really satisfying game to go ahead and score and play. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. I'm excited for it. I also played Rococo,
Oh.
which was very good. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did because it does have that element of like area majority, which I'm usually not a fan of, but I really enjoyed it. It was very good.
that one somewhere.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I walked up at like the end of you playing, and I was like, "This looks intense," and you're like, "It's not that bad."
I have that one. I've gotten rid of a lot of those sort of big boxes, realizing I won't play them. But I have that big. But did you play the original or the new one?
The new one.
Yeah, and it looks so gorgeous and seems so distinct as a theme that I've held on to it, even though I don't know when I'll actually play it. There it is. Yeah,
Very good.
it looks
I could
beautiful.
teach it.
Come on down anytime.
I will. Jenna Friday.
Jenna Fridays.
I remembered the third game.
What was it?
It was a game we all played together.
Mhm.
It's one of my favorite games to play all the time.
Monikers.
Monikers.
So Monikers I play almost like every get together now at this point, and I love it. If you guys don't have Monikers, do yourself a favor, pick up like the newest version. But Monikers is just so good, and we got Jeremy Howard to play.
There's a degree of manipulation and lying involved in that, but we won't have to get into that.
You played though.
He looked like he was having a great time.
I believe the story is Meg tried to convince Jeremy and Devin to play. They both said no, and Meg comes over to
Jeremy
the
did
table.
not say no.
And Jeremy
He didn't
Meg,
say yes, but
Meg
he
comes
didn't
over
say
to the
no.
table, so I was like, okay, there. They said call them when you're ready to start to me.
Alex and I said they said yes, just to go get them when we're ready to start.
So she basically got rejected and sent me for a rebound trip. And so when we were ready to start, I go over to call them, and Devin's like, I am not playing. I said no. And Jeremy's like, okay. But, yeah.
He's
It
so
worked.
easygoing.
50%.
Love it.
Yep. But no, I played a lot of party games. I played some So Clover. I played some Blob Party,
Just One?
Monikers, Just One. All of those are fun.
All of them are a good time.
So Clover to me still consistently is
Wow.
one of my favorite. It keeps growing for me. Like other ones are staying where they are. Like Monikers is staying pretty steady. Coding is pretty steady. But So Clover, like I could play So Clover all day. Like I could just sit there and just go through it all day long. It's just, I just enjoy that process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that and Just One are the top 2.
Not saying fever tradition in the chat. It's a fever tradition. Brant, thanks for coming. Brant Sanderson is actually the one who taught me Bardwood Grove, but I had a lot of fun playing that. We were supposed to play Marvel Champions, which didn't make happen, but it's only so much. Oh my gosh, my War of the Ring story. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have somebody, a viewer of the channel, who's been trying to play War of the Ring with me for a while because I want to, not because he wants to. I want to play War of the Ring. It's one of his favorite games. So he's like, let's play this game that you want to play. And for a long time, we've been trying to make it happen, and it just hasn't happened. We tried making it happen at last year Level Up Retreat, or technically, yeah, last year, and it didn't happen. And then this year, we met. He's like, well, can we make it happen? I was like, if we do it early, yes. Once the convention hall gets crazy, I can't play a game that long. But if we start early, I can play War of the Ring. And so we scheduled a 6:30 a.m. start time for War of the Ring. I responsibly went to bed 2 p.m. that night, so I can get up at 6:30.
2 p.m.?
2 p.m.-ish,
Yeah.
maybe 1:30.
You said 2 p.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
2 a.m. 2 a.m. 2 a.m.
I was bed at 2 p.m. to prep for 6:30.
And at 6:28 in the morning, I get a text saying, I'm here. Is there any chance you have War of the Ring in the library? I forgot my cards. And we don't have War of the Ring in the library. And I wasn't sure if he was messing with me, because if you've watched the channel, there's a running joke about that time that just the cards. There's a running joke about just the cards, where this one time Dune Imperium was supposed to be played, and I said I'm bringing just the cards, or I said I'm bringing the cards. And I meant just the cards. There's more context, there's a backstory, there's reason it makes sense. But ultimately, other people read that and thought I was bringing the whole game, because who brings just the cards? So we didn't play Dune Imperium that one time at PAX Unplugged 2022, because I brought just the cards and no one else had the game. Weirdly enough, Dune Imperium requires the whole board, as Jenna, our new WSBG close to winner, can tell you. Anyways, so I thought the person was messing with me, like, oh yeah, you didn't bring the cards, that's why we can't play. And I head out, and sure enough, he packs his War of the Ring cards separately because they're all sleeved, and he's the deluxe edition, like that $1,500 ridiculous edition. So we played. I'm sure you can guess what we played.
Castles of Burgundy.
Castle of Burgundy. Instead, we did not play any War of the Ring. We played Castle of Burgundy, and War of the Ring goes back on the list of the games I will eventually play with him one day. But yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun, and it adds to the Just the Card story for the next time. Anyways, with that, anything else you guys want to cover?
I just saw this in chat that Steven had said using a variant for a 4th and 5th round during, and this is talking about monikers.
Yep.
Round during charades under a sheet and sounds only add another layer of fun. Well, Steven, Jenna and I played a game where it was your head only. So there was a 4th round where it's just your head, and you have to act the thing out with your face.
With your face in your head.
And we did it. We
I
did it.
think
We
I
did
was-
all of the cards.
I was
did.
far less charmed by that version than I think you were.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, there's only so many
loved
ways
it.
your head can move, and at certain points, like, just remembering the cards. You're like, I don't know, go cards. Okay, yeah, sure, got it. You're like,
So funny.
there's only so many things you can do. There's a lot of secret 4th rounds and 5th rounds for monikers. It's a game that, because it has a few variations. It has fishbowl monikers. There's another one I don't remember, but yeah,
Thumbs up.
yeah. Time's Up is very similar. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically that. So we'll go ahead and wrap this one up because I actually have a bunch of things I need to get to anyway. But I will say, Level Up Retreat should still be happening in the future as well. The current goal is September-ish. We're aiming for a twice a year situation at the moment. Likely February and September, although the exact range we'll see how it goes. Someone earlier on in the conversation or in the chat said, is it going to be at the same hotel? I don't believe so, but we haven't locked things in. Every year we take into account the feedback. We're actually going to be putting feedback forms out soon. We take into account the things people did enjoy and didn't enjoy and try to incorporate around that. We solved a bunch of complaints or things that people had for last year with this year's event, but there's always things to improve on, and we constantly want to take that into account as we make this the best event it can be. But yeah,
Still one of my favorites.
it's a lot of fun.
I
It's a
love
lot
it.
of fun. It's small. It's small. It's nice. Yeah, Stacey, I agree. The hotels were nicer. The hotel was cheaper. The tables were a bit of a problem in terms of they had only thin tables, so any games that like some games that you can work around it by putting two tables together, but games like Expeditions don't work across the table like that. Like I saw someone playing Expeditions, I just felt bad. Yeah, it is. The bed sucked. I don't know what beds you got. I loved the bed I had.
Yeah, I had a nice bed.
I'm curious about that. Anyways, but yeah, either way, we'll be continuing to do it. It's still small. At some point, we will see how it goes and where it goes. But that's basically everything. And so, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Which means,
Yep.
thanks for joining me, Jenna and Meg. Thanks everyone else for coming. Intrepid. Oh, last thing. Sorry, I got stuck in this. Intrepid. We have considered different locations. The tricky part about that is the same road bump that Dice Tower had, which is for a long time they had to shift their library back and forth between locations. That caused issues, and then you have to start up 2 libraries. So at a certain size point, it's something we can absolutely consider. In the right now, 2 different locations means you'd have to manage 2 libraries, which makes it a little less sustainable. But it is something we are considering long term. Yeah. Anyways. Thanks so much.
I feel like these are like responses that you have memorized.
Dude, I mean, it's come up.
I get this question a lot. I
don't-
think it's something we should do.
I don't know if I
eventually.
had, but it came up. It's something we internally went through as we were trying to make these decisions. But yeah,
It would be cool if you could do a Canada one.
it would be, but the library problem.
Mhm.
A indeed.
I'll
Honestly,
start making a library.
I mean, if we want to have a conversation, we could start spearheading the Canadian level up retreat. I'm cool with it.
We need some more Canadian conventions. That's for sure.
You have a Breakout Con coming soon, right? No,
We
no.
have Breakout
Breakout Con's in March,
in
right?
March. Yep.
Cool.
Mid-March.
I want to make it, but I don't know if I can. We'll see. Anyways, thanks so much for joining the stream, everyone. We are kind of one a little short just because I have a bunch of things to get to anyway. But thanks for joining us, and we will see you next Thursday with more things. And 2 weeks from now, I believe Meg is planning a full game show week.
Epic game show.
Oh yeah, you guys. This is something new that we're gonna test out because Alex has been doing some streams alone, and we haven't had like games-ish in a bit. So, coming back for 2024, we're gonna do an hour-long game show. There will be a little bit of talking so that it's not just only games to check in with everybody, but it will be basically a game show the entire episode. And depending on how that goes, that may be something that we do more often with specific episodes and stuff.
Yeah. And I believe Jenna and Devin are joining for that one, and then we'll see how it goes for future events.
Yeah.
All right, now that I've said goodbye for the 4th time, we're actually going to say goodbye, and we'll
Bye,
see you next
guys.
week.